First of all, our notice indicates the rationale as to why we're invoking Section 189. And the rationale is divided into two areas or two tiers. The first being the financial aspect, and the CFO has given you some glimpse as to the dire financial strait that the organization finds itself. So the first rationale is the financial. The second rationale is the structural reason. And the structural reason is very interesting if we understand that we have, on one hand, a contingent of freelancers, and on the other hand, we have a contingent of permanent employees. At this point in time, we have 2,400 plus minus freelancers on one hand, and then we have 3,376 employees permanent on the other hand. Now, what has happened over time is that we have found a situation where, in some instances, you have our permanent employees having their functions being taken away or taken over by freelancers, and thereby inflating the wage bill. And so this is the structural tier that I'm referring to, where I'm saying that our notice is premised on two tiers. Our notice goes further to indicate the number of positions that have been identified to be affected. Let's pause here and indicate that whereas the organization has identified that number of employees, which at this point in time is 981, the notice is very clear that Section 189 affects all employees. It affects all employees, from executive directors to the lowest grade employee within the organization. But for now, the organization has identified 981 employees. The notice also talks about alternatives that have been considered before the organization can contemplate going through Section 189. The alternatives, some of which have been spoken to by the CFO, pertain to the cost-saving measures up to now we've been able to achieve. And as of now, today, we've been able to achieve at least 60 million rand in terms of savings.